Hello everyone, welcome to week 4 of the spring semester 2018 for BCOM 3113. I wanted to post this video to go over a few things that we're starting this week. Obviously the biggest component is the group work assignment, first of several that we're going to do throughout the semester. I am operating under the assumption that most of you have utilized Google Docs, but I want to just point out a few things. The most important, right, and I put this in the material that is posted on this week's information, is that I want you to utilize the discussion boards that are set up for each team to communicate. You can also communicate through the comment section on your group work Google Docs. Why? Biggest thing would be last semester in doing this activity for the first time, ran into several situations where groups had issues with communicating with each other. If you use texting or GroupMe or anything beyond that, sometimes we're going to have issues in terms of you being able to show verifiable proof of communication between teammates, especially if there are any issues with people not participating and then having issues with grades after grades are calculated. And of course the group work, right? I will grade the entire submitted assignment, but then each individual member of the group is then evaluated based on their level of participation. So again, the best way to do that is to be able to show a paper trail, as it were, electronic in this case, of your communication, right? So even if you log into a document to work together and maybe you can't find anything initially to add to it, I really recommend adding comments at the very least to the Google document. You can still help your participation level out by engaging, just like we would if we were in the classroom together. That's the whole point of this activity. Beyond that, we have a long reading assignment this week in Chapter 5, but it's very, very important for the rest of the semester for this class, so make sure that you do that. So let's dive in real quickly and look at what some things on Google Docs. I want to make sure that we're all on the same page. Okay. So right here, you're going to need to set up a new Google account, right? So set it up for this class. In particular, it's going to make your life a lot easier. People in the past have tried to use their O-State accounts, have had issues. So set up your own Google account. You can share that then under the private discussion board that each team has. Okay, so what we want to do then is, let's say we're going to start a new file, right? So if you are the team leader for this week's group work, you'll start a document. There's specific instructions of how to title it. Here's my account, right? BCOM3113staff@gmail, and then we have 2 GTAs that is underneath this week's outline. Make sure that you include them. That will detrimentally hurt your group's group grade if you don't include everyone and add them. So you want to make sure that you share that so that we can all edit it. So obviously then it keeps track here of each person's contribution to the document. So again, it's very easy for some people might log in here and, if I just hit the space bar, right? If I just hit the space bar or add a couple of letters here and there, it's going to save that, right? And then it's going to show that I contributed. Now, that doesn't count if I just go and hit the space bar, right? Or maybe if I just add 1 comma or delete 1 letter or, a capitalization here or there, and then I think I've contributed. Again, we're looking for more than that. The rubric on the instructions for group work and on the first assignment for the group work will show you what you need to do to achieve the full points for each individual person's score. Okay? So again, if you've never used Google Docs, I've also included an external web link that walks it through. You can tell it's kind of a simplified version of Microsoft Word. There is a help function here. I can help you if you email me as well. If you are not as experienced with Google Drive, but it is very common. I would assume most of you watching this have at least utilized it once, if not multiple times. But if you're in a group and you have teammates that aren't as comfortable, you're going to have to work together on that and try to be patient with each other. The key is communication, and again, the biggest key is to communicate via the comments, either on the Google Doc or on the private discussion board for your team. Okay, that way there are communication points that I can access if anybody has an issue down the line, and that's the most important thing that we want to cover. So as always, if you have questions, please email me, and if not, get to work.